All right, this is day three of me taking you through my journey on how I plan to solve mass unemployment in the country, right? And which I said it's our very best approach for now is by producing valuable people to the marketplace. It's not complicated. And how do we plan to do this? We plan to help students, we plan to help young adults, we plan to help people that are unable to go to school, regardless of as long as you're a young adult in the country, right? And you are open to learn, we are planning to help you gain acquire some skills, right? Some skill sets, and at the same time, provide a proven framework on how you can land gigs by yourself, on how you can land jobs by yourself, right? How you can position yourself strategically in the marketplace. So that's exactly what we're trying to do. So what exactly are we talking about today? All right. Um, Day two, I said we experienced some challenges in getting talent, in getting people that can teach people that are very skilled, right, at what they do already, to teach people that are coming from, beginners, right? We have some challenges regarding that. And why do we have such challenges? It's because what others really are looking for is a quick gain, right? Most people they are not really, you know, most people they are just, and I really don't blame them, right? They are bills to pay, a lot of pressing issues, right? Right. It's just a lot. It's just a lot, right? Because I remember talking to a person, right, a skilled person, about teaching people that we are bringing in, people that we are bringing in, and he or she was like, "How much are we paying?" The person told me that he has many things to do. He has plans. He has, you know, it's just a whole lot, right? Getting talented people, skillful people to work with us has been very challenging, to be honest. To be honest. And at first, we made an offer to people that we are planning to bring aboard. We because part of us making the offer, we had to change. Okay, I on a personal note, right? The idea of salary, I don't really buy the idea of salary, right? And what does that mean? Salary is something always fixed, right? Something is always fixed. You sell, you don't sell, you get your money at the end of the month. There's things to happen. You get a fixed amount at the end of the month, right? And sometimes when you remove your teeth here, you remove everything. And that's why most people are always stuck in this survival race, inside this rat race, right? Because to me, I just believe the definition of salary is just flawed in a kind of way. To me, I believe if salary can be attached to your performance, right? If salary can be, and that's one of the principle, that's one of the method all these real estate people they use, right? They don't pay you. They'll pay you based on your performance, on how much you sell things, and how much, and that makes you very eager. It's like it's already a part of you. You know that okay, if I don't work, I don't get paid. If I work, I get paid, right? And so to me, I think every private sector in the country should adopt that idea of making salary attached to individual performance, employees' performance. And that is the same method we are pitching to talents, to people coming on board. That's what exactly we did, right? That's what exactly we did. And we started bringing in talents, interviewing them, and telling them our plans, our payment structure, how we plan to pay them. But it got to a point, the initial deal we actually made, the offer that we've made, most people keep rejecting it, right? So the the offer we were making to talent, a lot of talents were rejecting it, right? And to be honest, I kind of feel at the point I was like, this deal, this offer is nice for you guys, right? But at this longer run, I realized that not really. And before I even tell you what the offer is all about, let me even tell you the terms and conditions regarding anybody we are bringing on board. Anybody we are bringing on board, right, as a talent, they they have to be, they have to have some track record, some brands they've worked with in the past, some success story, right? And trust me, you must have the reputation because it matters a lot to our brand. Merit up. Not just anybody can come in our or promote for us. Not just anybody, right? Because there's a certain image we're trying to uphold, right? And it's part of our moral. So the thing is, each talent is like each talent have to create a course about their skill sets, right? And at the same time, they have to be on standby for an accountability class that has to span between 2 to 3 months, right? For the students, for people coming in, for young adults, right? Because most times, I myself have experienced it. I've got many courses for for each sum of money, right? But I didn't follow through it. Why? I didn't follow through it. It's not because I don't want to read it. It's not because I don't want to go through it. But it's because I felt I can always go back to it every now and then, right? So there's nobody that I can be accountable to. There's no system or structure that supports my learning that will make me finish the race, right? So, and that's the reason why we created that. Okay, for any talent coming in, you have to create a course, right, about your skill set that a beginner will be able to learn back to back. Even though a 5-year-old kid should be able to learn what exactly you are teaching. These are the requirements. These are the requirements. You have to create the course and you have to be on standby, right? To teach to take the student from point A to point Z, right? Letting them be good. And these classes includes assignments, it includes projects, it includes you working with brands, a lot of things. There's a lot of things, right? There's a whole lot of things attached to this accountability class. So, and this is how the program actually, this is how we plan to run the program. The program is going to run between 3 to 4 months. The 3 months is whereby you learn the skill set, right? And the last month, which is the fourth month, is where exactly you learn all about the framework, and which I personally I'll be teaching you guys, right? So, fair enough, the terms and conditions are okay by me, right, and by everyone of my team because we feel like, yeah, we are not just doing this thing based on vibe. We are actually this is exactly what it takes for us to produce valuable people, right? And to be honest, we made this deal. So our offer now is all about, okay, you guys are going to create this course, right? So we are selling it for a particular price, and at the same time, the accountability price there's going to be a price range to that, right? So students can come and decide that, oh, all right, I think I can handle myself. Let me just go for the course and not go for the accountability class. It's okay, it's fine by us, as long as the results, we really need the results, right? Our own goal is to make you valuable, right? So now the thing is, you have to create the course as a talent, right? Trust me, we have different people because there are a lot of skill sets, right? So we have different people producing each courses, and it's going to be a skill stack. So any students that wants to buy from us get access because this is the initial offer. Trust me, guys, this is the initial offer, right? Because this was what exactly we were telling the talents that we were trying to bring on board, and which they ended up rejecting it. And to me, it's a very fantastic idea, but I realized it was flawed along the line, right? But this is what the offer is all about. So we were like, okay, I was like, okay, would make you guys are going to create the courses, right? So, and it's going to be a skill stack. So for example, if let's say video editing, graphic designing, cyber security, web development, affiliate marketing, things like that, skills like this, right? So let's say these talents have produced those courses and it's going to be a skill stack, right? So any student that wants to learn, that is really ready to change his or her own situation, we get this skill stack for a certain price. And now, after getting this skill stack, to determine which talent the money is actually going to, the student has to go for an accountability class. So, for example, the student got access to this whole bunch of skill sets, right? To the skill stack. I hope you understand me. So he or she has to decide that, okay, in the next 4 months, in the next 3 months, this is the skill set that I want to focus on, right? You have access to other skill sets, but you have to pick one because we all know that multitasking is just a myth, right? it's not really a thing. Your focus has to be on one side, right? It has to be on one side. So now we plan that, okay, this is what we are going to do. So any accountability class that you decided to choose, let's say example, you've gotten the skill stack and you decided to choose video editing, right? Out of the skill stack that you want to focus all your might, all your focus, you want to focus on it within the space of 3 to 4 months, right? That's exactly where. So the talent that is in charge of that class, accountability class, it gets a certain percentage on the entire skill stack, which is fair enough, right? And if example, let's say, and if it also happened that a student decided that, oh, I can handle this thing by myself, right? I'm just going to attend the framework class, which is at the 4th month, right? Okay, that means there are going to be some certain percentage you are giving to these talents. Permit me, I might not be able to reveal the certain percentage, right? Because of because there are terms and conditions. But I'm only taking you through this offer. So now what's the challenge in this? This offer actually makes sense. Does it make sense to you? Well, you can tell me inside the comments. You can just type it if it actually makes sense to you. But now what I realized that as it makes sense, these people are being skeptical. They were like, okay, so once I pay the cost, you have it and you can sell it. That means I'm basically working for you. Like, this is the talent talking. I'm basically working for you. So my knowledge, it's now you guys are selling it and you're giving me a share. Does it make sense to you? That's another objection. Another objection was like, no, 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 no. Okay, actually, someone actually told me that, no, you know what? I'll pay the cost, then pay me a huge amount of money. Or what was the guy even requesting for? Was it not 250K to create a certain course on graphic designing that we can now sell, right? 250K. And I was like, no, we are not giving you. So I was like, no, we are not giving you this kind of amount. And not necessarily because the money isn't available, but because if we are to give you, for example, now if we are to give you 250K to just create a course, right? And we have like 10 skill sets that we actually want you guys to produce on. That means we have to pay 250K, 250K, 250K for 10 people. That's around 2.5 million. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? It does not make sense to me because that's not even how to run a business, right? So we went back and forth, we were negotiating. I was like, okay, you know what? Um, Okay, this is what exactly is going to happen. We are not going to pay you 250K, but I am ready. We are ready to pay you 300K, right? Please, I want you guys to understand what I'm trying to say. The figures that I'm mentioning, it's not necessarily the real figures we discussed. I want you to be with me because I have to be very sensitive. As much as I am telling you my journey, there's some things I need to keep away from the public. Does that make sense to you guys? Right. So I only want you guys to be focused on how I'm being able to achieve, on how I'm being able to solve mass unemployment in the country. So now I was like, okay, no, I'll pay you double of that money, right? But at the same time, it's going to be based on the students coming in, right? So that way we're not losing any money. At the same time, your efforts are not in vain. And I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, in order to just stop all skepticism, right? You're being skeptical about maybe we are being trustworthy or stuff like that. And I was like, okay, you know what? Create the course and put it on your site.